It's been 6 months since the wildfires devastated Altadena and the Pacific Palisades, and families and businesses are still struggling to recover. In Altadena, the Eaton fire destroyed Donnie Kinsey's home.
Well, Lori Perez saw him amongst the rubble, brought to tears by the ruins, and she caught up with the artist and teacher.
It's hard coming up here. It's hard seeing what used to be here. It was easier when I could actually see like burned things, but now that everything is gone, it really hurts.
For Donnie Kinsey, it's the absence that echoes, the leveled landscape making the neighborhood he's known all his life in some ways unfamiliar.
There was a tree line there. There were houses up there.
6 months after the Eaton fire burned the family home he shared with his sister.
Yeah, I had a garage here. There's another two-car garage.
And took their childhood home where their parents still lived just a mile away.
This was all my parents' hard work.
His grief seems to grow with every memory.
Most of my issues have been mental health issues. Financially, you know, it's crazy losing everything and having all of your finances stay the same. You know, like your job's there, your bank account's still there, it didn't burn up, you know, so it's not like you lost everything, but it's little things like my little red wagon from when I was, you know, a kid coming down this driveway, or all of my artwork. Like that part really hurt.
An artist and grade school teacher, Kinsey put his life on the line to save his family's legacy. 2 homes, 4 generations raised here, one of the few places where black families could buy houses in the redlined Los Angeles of the 1950s. For hours, he was a one-man fire company fighting to save history from an inferno.
I mean, how often do you replay that night when you were trying to save it?
Every night. Every night I think about it, and it just doesn't go away. I feel really guilty, you know, because I feel like I didn't save anything. I just know that if anything like that ever happened to me, or if I had to give some advice to anyone, I'd tell them just do it. Just get in the house and get everything out at any threat of fire, just because, you know, an hour or 2 of hard work, you know, in either direction is something that will save you that feeling of guilt and defeat.
But with each day, remorse is matched by resolve to move past the pain that, like the flames did, threatens to consume him. His family is among the fortunate ones who can and will rebuild, while others lack the insurance, the capital, or even the will to stay through a long, expensive recovery.
It's sad to think that this place will change, but it will. It's never going to look the same. Our neighbors are all going to be different, and there's no blame there. There's no, you know, hard feelings for people leaving. Since this was a family home, a generational home, I feel a duty to take care of this property, my sister as well, and make sure that, you know, future generations of my family are able to benefit from this property.
What do you feel when you're standing here?
I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm at home. It still feels like home.
In Altadena, Lori Perez, KCAL News.
Well, here at KCAL News, we have made a point to stay in touch with the people we met during the wildfires.
Irina Nakano interviewed Pacific Palisades resident Rob Hoover as his home was still burning. She recently caught up with him and his family to see how they're doing 6 months later.
It's been 6 months since Rob Hoover's life changed forever.
I was sitting right here.
We first met the now 52-year-old on January 8th, while his 3-bedroom home on Jacone Way in Pacific Palisades was still burning.
I don't understand how this could happen here.
He was visibly shaken after spending hours biking up the hill, praying he'd find an heirloom, anything to take back to his daughter.
All of her stuff from when she was born is just gone. I mean, I came back to see if I could get a tool or something out of here. Nothing.
In the last 6 months, half his property has been cleared.
This is what the Army Corps of Engineers did.
Walking up to what was the front door, he takes a moment to absorb it all.
Oh, well.
Noticing the Christmas lights somehow survived, but nothing else.
So many of these old ornaments from my great-great-grandparents.
As we spend more time on his empty lot, his emotions come out.
Anger, I guess.
Yes, the winds were strong and he knew the risks, but he asked why didn't he see any help?
Not one truck, not one fireman up my street, and up Enchanted, not one. I mean, that's ridiculous. Come on.
His temporary home now is a 40-minute drive south. It's a small furnished apartment costing almost 3 times his monthly mortgage. But their dog, Oakley, wasn't welcome.
Finding a place that accepts pets really narrows it down.
Oakley is staying at Hoover's parents' home while they rebuild their lives. But he says their to-do list is seemingly endless.
Getting our lot cleared, getting it tested by the EPA, getting your mail forwarded, getting school figured out.
He still has to pay his property tax.
There's no dwelling, we still have to pay for the land.
And then there's the battle with the home insurance company. He says they've completely lost his trust.
The fact that we're getting nickeled and dimed, it's unacceptable.
Hoover puts on a brave face for his now 13-year-old daughter, who he says is taking this surprisingly well. Desperate to find a sense of normalcy, he searched for her very first stuffed animal.
So we're actually looking for strollers, and I saw this, and so I ended up buying it for her. And they don't make it anymore, so I found it on eBay so that she could have something to remember.
Hoover says some days the reality is too hard to bear, and it's difficult to look ahead into the future.
I mention his grown-out beard.
Oh.
Which he says he hasn't shaved since the fire.
Something I can hide behind?
From what?
From you. From everything.
Many of his neighbors have had to sell their land. Hoover hopes to rebuild, but wonders if it's even worth it.
Best case scenario, we would have to live somewhere else for 4 years. Then my daughter's out of high school, so what's the point?
If this calamity has taught him anything, he says it's to trust your gut, be proactive, and love your family.
Give yourself 15 minutes. Go find, I get the chills, go find everything that means something to you and make sure you know where it's at. If you can put it all together in one place, that's great. Because when the time comes and you have to leave and you don't have time to go and get the stuff, you're gonna regret it, believe me. Number 2 is take care of your children, because this is really hard. It's hard on me and it's gotta be hard on them.
And that was our Rena Nakano reporting. The homeowners whose homes are still standing in the fire zones are frustrated as well. Tonight at 6, the red tape they say is keeping them from moving back in.